Dinner.
Hello guys, welcome back for another part of episode number 56. In the last two parts, I would say we discussed about the new team Lucknow Super Giants, and we discussed about Royal Challengers Bangalore on how they are looking ahead before the mega auction. And on today's episode, we have the full madness of Bengali Power, Korbul or Jeet Bore. So we will be discussing about
Home
Kolkata Knight
team.
Riders, the team which personally I hate the most, but with their retention, I am really happy because how can someone be so stupid on spending
I think they had the worst
8
set of
crore,
retention.
8 crore on Varun freaking
Like
Chakravarti.
उनके हर retention पे there are such huge question marks. Russell number one आधे time खेलता नहीं है.
But let me before we begin, for our audience, I would quickly tell you guys who they have retained. So they have retained the once in a superstar Andrew Russell, the chucker
Another one
Sunil
superstar.
Narayan, and a non-cricketer Varun Chakravarti, and also
Very
a
experienced IPL cricketer who has played
corporate
8 IPL games.
a corporate player who used to call Deloitte ex-employee Venkatesh Iyer. So out of those four retention, I
जैसे
think
अंबानी
Venkatesh
साइन
Iyer.
करता था प्लेयर्स, जैसे अंबानी जो 10-10 लाख के प्लेयर साइन करता था उसको रिलायंस कॉर्पोरेट लीग में खिलाता था वैसे ही कोलकाता ने भी उसी लिए साइन किया होगा अय्यर को, शाहरुख
But
खान ताकि खिला दे
when
उसको कॉर्पोरेट लीग में.
but when I first heard about KKR's retention, I thought uh, maybe someone like Cummins, maybe someone like Shubman Gill, or maybe even someone like Rahul Tripathi or say Nitish Rana, who would have not taken so much of money. I think they would have been
Or
much
I
better
thought they
choice.
could have just gone with a whole clean slate, like एक भी player. I don't think they should have
But
retained
I
any
think
player at all.
letting go of a young player like Shubman Gill, I think was a very wrong move because he's a future. He was someone who could have been invested upon.
And especially when उनके अभी KKR के कोई retention are not reliable. Like Gill is a reliable guy. Like पता है कि 400 रन बनाएगा, इंडियन है, हर मैच खेलेगा, अगले 10 साल
और वो
खेलेगा.
कैप्टन भी बन सकता था. Like they were literally molding the guy.
हाँ, अभी like they don't have, like all of them are unreliable. Russell other time खेलता नहीं है, नरीन का कभी फॉर्म नहीं होता, कभी बैटिंग नहीं करता, कभी
बैन हो जाता है एक्शन के कारण,
कभी चेकिंग होता है. देन वरुण चक्रवर्ती कभी फिट होता है, कभी नहीं होता, कभी उसकी मिस्ट्री फिगर हो जाए, आउट हो जाएगी, तो फिर आई थिंक नरीन ने उसको पहले साल पेला था उसके.
only one sensible maybe a retention will be taking a punt on Venkatesh Iyer because he's someone.
But I think even वो भी काफी मतलब punt ठीक है, but वो भी थोड़ा रिस्की है कि 8 play, like he could very well be then, I mean I'm not saying he will be, but he could be the next Paul Valthati or something. Like 8 match के basis पे you have retained a guy over Gill who has been earmarked for years and years. So like I mean maybe a punt like Venkatesh Iyer sense बनाता अगर उनके पास थोड़े safe और बाकी 2-3 लोग safe होते कि चलो ये नहीं चला तो बाकी चल जाएंगे, हमें पता है. बट उनके चारों ही are very risky options.
And that too when Russell is not, I have not seen him bowl like entire season. Like I don't remember
Russell was poor.
Bowling अच्छी थी actually, उसकी batting was pretty mediocre
but
last
paying
year.
15 crore for a player like Russell when they could have just used that money in the auction.
I don't think he would have gone for that much in the auction, but I think उन्होंने उस sentiment पे ले लिया कि भाई इसने हमें 2 MVP जीता तो चलो ले लेते हैं. But I think Sunil Narine at 6 crore is actually probably the smartest investment price wise. Like भले ही he's a risky pick, but 6 crore में maybe is fair value.
Like in every 3 games he'll give you 2 economical.
Yeah, 6 crore is probably decent value, but when you consider it in the broader context कि सारे ही उनके player risky हैं, and unlike other teams who are looking for a captain like Punjab or RCB को that they don't get a captain, they can make Maxwell captain. पंजाब भी कोई नहीं मिला, मयंक को बना सकते हैं. KKR don't have anybody who they can.
वो तो मिल जाएगा.
Randomly make captain.
मिलना इतना easy नहीं है because they have paid a lot of money to retain these 4 players.
And they have 4 player भी retain किए और risky options.
There will be one more coming for them.
Team looked mediocre and पता नहीं कुछ शारजा में लक से कुछ करके आ गए तो क्या पता क्या काला जादू
they have. So just to be clear, they have 48 crores going into the auction. They have spent 12 crores on Russell. They have paid 8 crores for Venkatesh Iyer and Varun Chakravarti, and they paid 6 crore for Sunil Narayan, and they have retained 4 players, so they have to spend little bit more. Despite even if the salary is less, they still have to pay a certain amount, and their purse will be deducted. So going into the mega auction,
For me,
they need a keeper, they need a bowler, because they have covered all rounders, like 3 all-rounders maybe. They have covered, like in Iyer, Narayan, and Russell, but they don't
And
even
one
have a
no rounder, Varun Chakravarti.
no.
but looking at that retention, they don't have a good pace bowler who they have retained. They don't have a opener. You may say that Venkatesh Iyer, but I don't think so. Is that reliable? Is not an in and out opener, I would say. But looking at Sid Jain, what do you think? Like, who they should target in the upcoming auction? Whether a captain, but if they target a captain, they will be short on funds because they cannot fight with someone like
अगर मॉर्गन मिल जाएगा
No,
2-4
but
करोड़ का
if you
तो
look,
उस पे पैसा ज्यादा खर्चेगा.
if you look at it, they still need a big player, you know. Like उनके टीम में कोई
हाँ.
बड़ा figure नहीं है. They need a figure.
हाँ.
So I wouldn't be surprised if they spend 15 plus जाएंगे. I think they will go 15 plus on someone, and I won't be surprised if it's someone like Shreyas Iyer or Ishan Kishan. Like Ishan Kishan को captain भी बना सकता है. Wouldn't be surprised. Okay, क्या जैसा move है, वो कर भी देंगे.
And
So
usually KKR का strategy ये भी रहा है कि usually like last time at least that was their strategy last mega auction की they go very big on their foreign players. Like last time they almost spent half their budget on 4 foreign players: Lynn, the Russell, Marine, and Stark firstly, but then Stark pulled out, and then 2 saal baad they did that on Cummins. So maybe they might even go like huge money on some big big
but then
name
I
foreigner.
doubt it'll be a foreigner because they
That was what their strategy was last time, and Venky,
from the management they expect Nareen and Russell to play all the games, which I do not think will
last
happen.
time he Russell
But
Marine the, and they still spent Lynn
yeah,
or Stark.
but Indian को they need a big name in the playing
वो भी
11.
Indian
And
उनको एक but yeah,
और
because
Indian
last time उनका वही problem था, they didn't have experienced Indian players. Gill, Tripathi, Rana, Venkatesh Iyer, they did well, but कोई experience नहीं.
और पेसर स्पिनर I think spinner they have it covered. They have Nareen and Chakravarti. 8 over उधर हो
Spinner की
गए.
कोई
And और बस उनको बस एक प्रीमियम पेसर वो कर लेंगे 10 plus और एक प्रीमियम बैट्समैन 15 plus. I think their strategy very clean. Like they won't be
I think
confused, which is a
Pacer
good
they'll
sign.
probably go for like an overseas big
Some-
player, like they've
Yeah,
tried to go for
exactly.
Stark, Cummins.
Stark है नहीं, but
हाँ मतलब मैं
but
कह
I
रहा हूँ
think
पहले
हाँ,
जैसे they've
हाँ,
gone
हाँ.
for Stark, Cummins.
Their
वैसा कोई.
strategy is pretty simple. I think if they fuck up from here, I do not know because
And I think
उनको
उनको
बस
they need an experienced opening partner for Venkatesh Iyer because you never know उसके साथ क्या होगा, तो you need somebody who is safer,
धवन
maybe
आ
like
सकता है.
more. Maybe somebody like him, like more somebody
Oh,
more
Dhawan is also
experienced.
available, no?
Yeah.
Hmm.
And
Dhawan
Dhawan
can
can
be a good
guarantee you
captain
500 plus.
and good
He won't be
captain.
captain. वो age looking forward 3 years वो captain ही
But
बनाएंगे.
like उसके हिसाब से price भी उसका I don't think will be a lot. Like
Yeah,
he
exactly.
won't be more
They
than
can't
10
go for
crore.
Dhawan.
But maybe they might go for Dhawan.
Like there's a lot of unknown
Dhawan
names
will
like
also. Or
Ambati
maybe they
Raidu,
might go back
Suresh
to their star
Raina.
player, Dinesh Karthik.
सुरेश रैना भाई अनसोल
सुरेश
जा रहा है.
रैना.
सुरेश रैना को तो एक ही टीम ले, 2 ही टीम्स बिड कर सकती हैं. एक है चेन्नई, एक है लखनऊ, बिकॉज वो यूपी की टीम है, और कोई बिड नहीं कर सकता, अलाउड नहीं.
But
वो तो
so will KKR look to spend big on that opening reliable batsman, or will they look to spend more on a captain or maybe a wicket
I
keeper?
think captain they might go for
Captain,
somebody
yeah.
cheap. Morgan, some जैसा maybe I think
No,
या
wait,
तो वो
one is
करेंगे
telling
कि
cheap captain, one is telling expensive captain.
हाँ
Wait.
मैं कह रहा हूँ या तो वो ऐसा लेंगे कि कोई सुपरस्टार प्लेयर भी हो एंड कैप्टनसी इज एन एडेड बोनस लाइक धवन और लाइक किशन और समबडी लाइक maybe वो प्लेयर पर्सपेक्टिव पहले सोचेंगे बिकॉज कैप्टनसी से पहले 11 प्लेयर
यार
बढ़ने हैं.
Kishan in KKR, I cannot even imagine, man. That's my
I
worst
think
ever fear.
Morgan
वो
and
career
McCallum
खत्म
had a
कर
good
देंगे.
equation, so maybe they might go for Morgan again, and then maybe they might go for a superstar Indian player कि अगर Morgan का फिर वैसा फॉर्म चला तो उसको कैप्टन बना
But will
दें.
Morgan
I
be
think
allowed to play IPL? Because ECB will
हाँ.
again blame.
only till बस end में.
Morgan
But
तो
I
टेस्ट
think
नहीं खेलता ना.
yeah.
नहीं फिर भी
Sid
blame
is
कर
correct in
देंगे.
a way. Sid is
Morgan
correct in a
IPL
way
में
that
खेलता है टेस्ट.
McCallum
yeah,
and Morgan McClellan and Morgan had a relationship, so when they let Morgan go, I'm pretty sure कोई conversation होगा कि we are
But
letting
भाई
you go
उन्होंने
because
सोचा होगा ना कि like realistically Morgan cannot be
वही
retained above these four guys.
correct. तो नहीं उन्होंने
But
ये सोचा
हाँ
and I'm pretty sure they must have had a conversation with Morgan कि हम तुझे लेंगे auction में till a
हाँ
certain price क्योंकि like they won't let him go. I think they'll bid for him, but I think they
हम्म
should go for big name personally.
I
They should
think they
move
will
on from
still
the
keep a backup captain कि अगर some things go wrong with Morgan again कोई Indian safe captain बना सके.
Varun
But
Maybe
Chakravarti
they
as
might
captain.
even make Venkatesh a year MBA captain. MBA से
KKR
managing करेगा.
batting looked decent like last season, not last
हाँ.
season, before that with Rana in good form, Tripathi in good form,
Rana is like हाँ
Gill.
Rana Gill.
80-0,
So
80-0,
do you
80-0.
think that they will look to retain those players who have played for the franchise in the last couple of years? If yes, do you have any names like they would want to get back? Maybe Morgan, maybe Tripathi, anyone on that line?
I think Rana is a good. I think Rana might go under the radar a bit because
I think
वो
if
जाते
Morgan
हैं
को I think they will definitely try very hard for.
and Rana's
and
played in the franchise for the last 4 years, so he is. I think he's something like family to them. So
and
they will go
like
for him again.
and Brendan McCullum be much like his friend Mike Hesson signs a lot of New Zealand players, so maybe you might see somebody like Jimmy Neesham or Trent Bolt might be their pacer, like played for KKR before, Eden
Bolt
Gardens
वापस मुंबई
में.
आएगा. Bolt वापस
हाँ
मुंबई आएगा. Bolt वापस मुंबई आएगा.
वो लेने थोड़ा ऐसे फ्री खुले में थोड़ा लेने देंगे.
Auction है कुछ भी हो सकता है but I think people like tend to forget. I think Rahul Tripathi has been tremendous in all the IPLs he's played.
Tripathi was actually and
And
one of the
if
most selfless players I have seen. Like
yeah,
उसको
He was
कुछ
the one
फर्क
who
नहीं
got
पड़ता.
them to the finals when he backed
He
Ashwin for the
was
six.
their most crucial player, I think, last season batting wise. But Venkatesh Iyer got a lot of hype. Tripathi को they sent in all sorts of different roles. Open कराया, 3 पे भेजा, 4 पे भेजा, 5 पे भेजा. जिस भी role पे भेजे थे, he carried himself really well.
so I think Tripathi is a good choice to have back, I believe. Do you think they will go back for Prasidh Krishna?
I think Prasidh Krishna will go to the team Dinesh Karthik goes to, as they are very close. I think maybe that might have been it.
Dinesh
But I
Karthik is
think
going
one
to
player,
commentary team, no? Or he has registered?
नहीं registered. But एक और one player they will definitely go for, and they usually do go for, शाकिब अल हसन, ताकि 2 करोड़ में उनको पूरा बांग्लादेश का सपोर्ट मिल जाए. So like actually a good commercial by like 2 crore mein you get a lot of fans, and Shakib is a good utility cricketer, and like KKR ke sath he's been there a long time.
But
So I think
Shakib,
Shakib
with Narayan and Russell, chances of
तो
Shakib
backup
playing
है ना.
becomes very low.
backup लेंगे ना,
Russell
like
won't play all.
Shakib IPL में इतना नहीं जाता, तो backup के हिसाब से, and he is actually a good Narayan backup, and उसको you can play him in a different roles, like सस्ते में backup के लिए you can play him in different roles.
सही है,
I
सही
think
है.
starting के लिए they probably need more bigger impact players than Shakib, but maybe backup, like they usually go back for him.
I don't remember who KKR had. Prasidh Krishna in bowling, and then they have Shivam
Sandeep Wari
Mavi, Shivam
Mavi and
Mavi,
Nagarkoti.
Nagarkoti. Those names we are not hearing also
आधे तो उनके
nowadays.
शारजा वाले spinners ने ही काम किया था, like they did. Pacers were, and Cummins they had 15 crore, maybe they might go for, but he was not that great. Lockheed Ferguson might actually be another big
Lockheed
buy.
Ferguson,
Lockheed,
yeah.
He was very
that's
good last.
I was pretty
And
surprised that they didn't retain Lockheed Ferguson. Like I think
he didn't play.
like
but
ahead
he
of
was
Russell,
like,
I would
the
retain him.
UAE leg mein he was an absolute superstar, like one of the best bowlers in the UAE leg. McCullum obviously usko knows very well.
I think there might be injury issues with him as well, so maybe that might be a
Maybe
factor.
by Bolt or Ferguson, I think they will go for one guy.
So let's see what they. I hope they sign the worst out of everyone because I hate
But
them.
KKR बहुत ही गंदी टीम है यार, मजा नहीं आता यार देखने में. कोई भी अच्छा
I
player
don't know,
नहीं है
every
यार.
like time they make the final, they're like very dead. Like last season they were like a
कितना
dead
dead है
team.
final.
2014-12 में बड़ा boring सा. बीच में 2-3 साल उन्होंने like they played really good cricket but didn't happen, like जिससे
भाई
Russell का
कोलकाता
2019
राजस्थान very
season.
बहुत डेड फ्रेंचाइज हो गया कोलकाता राजस्थान.
बीच में जब वो उन्होंने लिन नरीन को ओपन किया था, then they used to be fun to watch, but जीतते नहीं थे. When they go back to their boring ways, they start to win.
They never had any like a superstar player. Like I don't remember like. वो
बस
touch
भाई
नहीं है.
लिन नरीन रसल वाले सीजन में they were entertaining to watch it.
They focus more on Bangladesh market than India market, so they always sign Shakib Al Hasan कि हाँ भाई वहाँ का fan base आ जाए.
And West Indies market as well, Trinbago Knight Riders market. उधर से एक दो प्लेयर ले लेंगे वो, बिकॉज
हाँ.
हर साल कोटा उनका
वो तो
बढ़ना
ले
होता
तो
है.
लिया ऑलरेडी दो, नरीन और रसल.
और भी लेते हैं ना रैंडम बैकअप, लाइक टिम साइफर्ड वहां से बुलाया था, मैकलम
Rutherford.
कोटा एंड टीकेआर कोटा. So
But
maybe they might sign somebody like Odion Smith or Romario Shepherd, like good
Akil
backup
Hussain.
all-rounder.
Akil Hussain is good. Akil is a good backup to Naveen.
हाँ, Akil Hussain
but
was also
no,
very good in
but
the
I want to know that did that guy वो श्रीलंका का स्पिनर है ना, क्या नाम है जो भी T20 वर्ल्ड
Hasaranga.
कप.
Hasaranga.
हाँ, he registered, no?
हाँ,
Must have.
but I don't think KKR will go
No,
for
not
anything other
KKR.
than
I just remembered his name out of all
but
of a
I
sudden.
think like maybe they might go for Smith or Shepherd as a Russell ka backup.
But
They
my
usually go
bold
for
prediction is they
a
might
rounder.
sign an Australian player this time.
I want Marnus Lavushin to be signed so bad. I love him, man. He should be there in the IPL.
But I think KKR might sign an
Australian
Australian
coaches
player.
बहुत है, कोई ना कोई ले लेगा.
नहीं पर मेरे को लग रहा है मैकलम लेगा ऑस्ट्रेलियन प्लेयर को, ऐसा फीलिंग आ रहा है. But let's see. So KKR have 48 crores.
48, pretty low.
Pretty
budget.
low on budget because they overspent. But good discussion. Let's see what the strategy looks like, because it's very hard to predict any team strategy going. We can just have a guess, but to be spot on, it's not at all possible. So let's see how KKR shape
तो
into.
ऑप्शन डायनामिक्स भी बड़े वाइल्ड है कि कौन
Yeah.
प्लेयर कब आए,
Right.
कब
Because-
लाइक
because
किसको
this-
तुमने ले लिया ऑलरेडी.
because teams
Maybe
are
you might have
following
a target.
because teams are following bid for the player who Mumbai bids. It's like that. So but ठीक है, let's
Right.
see
But,
what KKR does.
prediction, like who do you think will be KKR's big signing?
I think
Like
Steven
biggest.
Smith.
इंटरेस्टिंग है, कैप्टन भी बना सकते हैं उसको.
I think Steven Smith.
बॉल टेम्परिंग भी करेगा साथ में.
Opening कराएंगे उसको.
I think Ishan Kishan. एकदम left.
I
हर
think
जगह ईशान किशन नहीं बोल सकता भाई.
वो I think पहली बार बोल रहा हूँ.
आरसीबी में
I
था,
think Lockheed
Sunday
Ferguson I think Lockheed Ferguson और Trent Bolt में से एक पे they will spend 7-8 crore, because like overseas pacer is obviously big slot and New Zealand connected. So I think Bolt या Ferguson में they'll spend 7-8 crore on either one of them.
let's see what they actually do. Let's see if anyone of us gets the prediction right. If yes, you will get good clips on our Instagram, so do follow us on Instagram. And
Don't forget Twitter and YouTube यार.
Twitter and YouTube तो दिल में है, Twitter and YouTube आजू बाजू.
अच्छा दो दिन.
That is fine. So that was pretty much it for the part 3 of the episode, where we discussed about Kolkata Knight Riders. And in the next episode, we will be talking about the defending champions, Chennai Super Kings, or maybe Dhoni Super Kings, maybe his last season, maybe not. So next episode is going to be very
हर साल यही
interesting.
सोचते last season है, but फिर अगले साल आ जाते हैं साहब.
But next part is going to be very interesting, because that is a very good team, one of the most
Interesting team.
competitive team which Mumbai has faced. But that is fine. So see you guys in the next episode. Till then, if you have not watched the previous parts, do watch, and also do share, like, and subscribe, and do comment on your thoughts about what team strategy will be, especially with the teams which we have discussed. So see you guys in the next part. We'll be discussing about Chennai Super Kings.